share a common vision and a common goal. And more so what they have is courage to separate their egos from the work at hand. Except for me, because my ego's just too damn big, you know what I'm saying?
Thank God for that.
Thank you. But specifically with Stuck, I was blessed and I was lucky enough to work with Chad Dembski and David Rubinoff on a play which initially I thought was just kind of wacky. And we worked tirelessly, endlessly for, oh God, it seems like 3 years now, without any money, and often changing or playing each other's roles. Sometimes I was the writer. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes David was the director. That's true. But we're here tonight to celebrate finally something brilliant that has come out of Stuck, which is, it's been published, it's available. And these gentlemen from Theater Books right over here for $14, you can pick one up. And might I say, tonight, you actually have an opportunity to not only get the writer to sign it, but the actor and the director as well. And I'm sure in a couple of years, that won't really matter if I'm paying. But I'm still more than willing to sign anything. So, what else did I want to say? Yes, another great thing that has come out of this production is that I'm very pleased and happy for David that it has been nominated for a Chalmers Award. Yeah. And if he gets it, I just hope he'll share some of the money with his good friends. But tonight we're also here to celebrate something else. We're doing something different, and what we're doing is we're giving you a different rendition of Stuck, where there's 17 different actors who are going to give a different voice to the text. Which I have to say, personally, and this is no BS, this is no bullshit, I've worked with a lot of text and I've worked with a lot of new plays that haven't been done. And a good actor needs good text. And the text that David will come up with, I have not come across since, and I doubt I will. And David, I'd like to thank you for that, because with all the times that I would yell at you and call you names behind your back and to your face, it was only because I cared so much for the project at hand and because I connected to it so much, and that the writing itself was absolutely, to quote a good Irish term, fucking deadly. So without further ado, we're going to have a number of these actors come up on stage and lift the text off the page with hopefully a different voice.
And yours.
Oh, I'll be back. This is my mic, so don't even get any ideas, Gary. So without much more ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. David Rubinoff.
Coming, everybody. This is great. And so I'll just start, and then we'll just keep going and keep the rhythm going. And so I'm lying in the dark, standing in Hyde Park, and this fireman walks up, and I'm like, "Where's the fire?" But he doesn't answer. He just grabs the back of my neck. So this morning I get up and wander down Dundas to the world's biggest bookstore. And I look till I find this book that explains every fucking dream but mine. Because my mind's got a mind of its own. And when I was a kid, I was going to be a chef till I got hooked on fast food. So now this theater/bar is my home. You are my guests, and my performance is the meal. Since I was the shortest one in grade 1, I played the bush instead of the tree. Then my old man said to give up acting, but the bite left its poison for good. Where's MJ? Come on up.
So I quit my folks and my small town high school and came here to the big city. After doing odd jobs for 6 years, I got a gig in a big-time theater. I hand out programs and show people their seats while they discuss our pre-show meals. When the lights go down and the curtain goes up, I watch the other actors act. Since it wasn't my style, I only lasted a while, 2 years to be exact. I wait for intermission, and when the patrons return, I say important things like, "Excuse me, sir, but you can't take that drink back into the theater." Most times they listen, but sometimes they don't. And this time, this guy doesn't. I say, "Sir, those are the rules you must obey." He calls me a faggot. So I go and deck him. But they hold me back. So I quit. And find Jimmy, who owes me. We're in the alley, but he's too strung out to make sense. So I shove him to the ground and dig into his pockets for nothing but a single hit. I walk down young to the movie parlor and my favorite booth at the back. I jerk off to get high. David taught me that one. But I can't come. And my head still hurts. Mr. Rubinoff?
That's me.
I feel like I have an Aliyah up here. So I walk against the wind and end up at the lake. And the birds say, "Sit, sit." So I do. And close my eyes. This voice starts singing, "Here comes the sun." A woman's pointing to the sky. She walks by and drops a paper at my feet. It's the want ads, which I don't, because I'm getting killed by these dead-end jobs. Still, I look because I need the cash. Prepare photo medallions to affix to gravestones. Dress hair as requested by Japanese-speaking clients. Cook Ecuadorian Pakistani cuisine, but I only cook toast. Plus, I need a visit with my ganja shrink so I can sort things out and think about my future. I go home and open my door. But this guy's holding my prized possessions, my entire stash, all my cash, and the Walkman my ma sent me. "Look, asshole, take what you want, just leave me the weed, all right?" is what I want to say. But I bite my lip, because he's holding a knife. He backs to the door, opens it slow, and bolts down the hall.
Who's next, Barry? Robin.
So he bolts down the hall. Now I'm sitting here depressed till a smile comes on my face with all the panic I forgot. I got an urge to do. So I'm smoking and I'm thinking I'm broke, so how can I make some bucks? Maybe I'll try porn, but I got no training. But hey, he robbed me. Why can't I rob too? And if you're going to be a hood like Robin, why not go for the gold? I grab my cap gun, walk down Bloor, and I stop at the TD Bank. Now I'm in, but I'm nervous because I'm stoned and still a novice. Still I join the long line and try to act cool. As I'm waiting, I see a green clock up on the wall. It's a big green one. It says the TD $5 service guarantee, never line up for over 5 minutes. So I keep an eye on the clock. So the teller says, next. So the teller says, next. Hi, I've been waiting for 7 minutes. Could I have my $5? We'll do your banking first. Well, I got this rich aunt who's dying, and I'm looking for a bank, because soon I'm going to be coming into a fortune. Well, come back when she dies. Yeah, but in the meantime, you see, I'm doing some research. I'm comparing CIBC to TD for service and other stuff. Like what? Like my $5. If you have a fortune company, you certainly don't need $5 now, do you? Well, look, the sign says, no, you look. We're really understaffed here. We have a lot of customers. Give me the fucking money. That's what I want to say, but I don't pull the gun. Instead, I say, give me the money, please. I sign a voucher, she gives me a fin, and I run to get a pint. Now, as I'm drinking, I'm thinking I'll hit McDonald's for a cheap Happy Meal, because Ronnie's always there, watching over me and my ma as we eat our pies and our fries, but go slow, because they're hot. And I eat my meal, but I still ain't happy, because I'm having this creeping crisis about my role in our life and art. And I gotta get higher so I can see the truth from above. But the trip takes cash, and I'm broke. Fuck it, I need a change. I'll call Louis, my dealer, who trusts me. I'll give him an I.O.
He says to hang tight and not to come over. This time he'll come to me. He says he has to leave his apartment or he might start hitting his kid. Now it's 1 in the afternoon and noisy on the street. He knocks hard on my door and I hear, 'cause I'm expecting, needing a fix of his special mix of grass and no-name man-made shit. And he won't tell me the special ingredients, so I only come to him. I tear down my stairs from my store-top room near Lansdowne. He follows me up and through the door, and I wait for the weed I need. But he makes no moves except with his eyes, which stare directly into mine. And there's nothing but silence between us, and I'm scared a bomb's gonna drop. I'm getting nervous inside, guessing he's dry, but having a tough time saying, so I say, Louis, buddy, you got the stuff?
Yeah, but I'm short in supply.
You drop by with nothing to sell?
I wanted to see how you live, man.
I'm a steady customer. You, my friend, got no reason to withhold.
Jack, I know. But there's a shortage.
Yeah, me, I'm gonna have a shortage in my brain if I don't blow a fucking dude.
Yo, you got a newspaper?
What for, my man? Things never change.
Not with crime, Jack, but with the investments they do.
See, Louis into compound interest. He invests what he makes selling drugs in these fancy-ass mutual funds. So I asked, what's the market got to do with selling me pot? And he said he had this nightmare that stocks dropped. And if the nightmare is true, he can't sell me the pot because he'll need it for himself to take a trip away from the panic of the day and ease the blow of his lower financial position. I grab my last 2 quarters from my dresser, and we leave to check the globe. Or the star, or the sun, whichever he wants, as long as his stocks are hot. Yeah. And then he'll sell me the pot, so I can do some thinking on how I need fixing and whether I'm beyond repair. We're at the box. Is the globe all right? But he stops my hand and just using his eyes gets me to look in the box. And what I see is no papers, which is a surprise. I didn't know this was a globe-reading hood. So we look in the star box, the exact same thing. No fucking papers. So we look in the sun, and what do we see? But nothing, because the sun's so strong, you can't see a thing. And all you can do is squint. No, now the whole fucking street's in the current events. But the cops there were illiterate. So we go to Steve's Milk, and I look on the racks for the papers. But there aren't any. So I tell Steve about the boxes. He says,
The same thing happened to me too, you know, guy. A gang of boys with blue bandanas come by in the morning and took the piles from the front of my store, you know. I was just about to open when I see them coming from a distance. But I didn't want to trouble because a customer told me that they're the meanest gang around. Because see, they take the purses from the old ladies them and ambush the other gangs. So me hide around the corner, and after I see them take my papers, I see them put change in the boxes and take all them papers too.
why?
A friend of mine also had a store and said the same thing happened to him. And the police used I don't know, they use them special dogs to catch the thieves and track down the papers, which the crooks had sold at a discount price to a couple of coffee trucks. I mean, talk about news traveling fast, man.
Who's next?
I pause, dramatic, with purpose. And this time, stare him in the eyes. As he takes in my stare, I go down on my knees and crawl over to his crotch. He closes his eyes. I unzip his pants and suck his hard cock. He shoots and I score! He puts some weed in my hand, then pushes me away. I spit his cum on the floor. He walks slow towards the door, puts his hand on the knob, opens it barely enough, and slams it as he leaves. I wipe the cum with a dirty sock and go out to take in the world. But 50 cents won't go far, so I hit the neighborhood bar to see if I can quench my thirst. See, I'm an irregular regular. So I know they got draft, and it's only $1.50. I asked Bruno behind the bar if he'll spot me a buck, but no luck. It's against his rules. But there's this woman getting drunk on her own, in her 50s with a 60s dude. Can I borrow $1 for the phone? Sit down, sweetheart. Shut up. She orders her a draft. She orders me a draft, and I start sipping. She starts asking questions. Instead of saying, do I like her new hairdo, and what do I do, and why am I wearing shades? Instead of saying I'm an out-of-work actor, and I'm wearing these because my eyes are stoned, I say I'm between jobs and sensitive to light. Then look back in my beard. I got dogs! You like dogs? And a parrot who can say my name! Mona! Jack. You like dogs, Jack? Sometimes. I got 2! You wanna see? Maybe later. Later they'll be sleeping. Now they're up. Not now. I was a child's model. Yeah. Right on. But Daddy took me to the shoot, so we kept all the money. Then I gained weight and got pimples, and he started calling me ugly. Do you think I'm ugly? No, I'm not fishing. I've been tipping 20 years so I can afford Hansel and Gretel, my dogs, and Pauline, my pet parrot. I gotta meet a friend. You want a scotch, Jack? Sure. But then she takes my hand, because she don't understand that all I need right now is the scotch. Still, I let her hold it while I drink with the other, till she takes off my glasses and squeezes my cheek. I never had a son. I give her my puppy dog eyes. Pound back the scotch. Then it hits me. She reminds me of my ma. You're a very nice lady, and thanks for the drink. I hit the street and find a phone booth to think. Patrick and Sue.
Just me flying from the booze and the joints, but I feel like Clark Kent's loser brother because I can't change my costume or my life. But luckily my luck does, because on the ground I see a token. And since I got the munchies, I'll trade it for cash and hit a hot dog vendor. So I stand on the street and ask people I meet if they'll help me by making a trade. But no one's dealing, and it's starting to rain. So I take the token as a sign to travel. I hit Lansdowne Station. There's a busker with a banjo and a beggar holding a shoebox. And this teenage girl, into the 70s, is trying to walk between. But the busker steps closer, sings to her dirty, and she tries to walk away. But the beggar blocks her, and she's stuck and scared till this grandma saves the day. Young man, you go help her right now. Leave her the fuck alone! Is what I want to say. But I'm Canadian, so I tone it down. Hey, Julie, sorry I'm late. Would you two please leave my sister alone? The guys freeze, and she's still kind of freaked. So I smile like a brother, reach out my hand. She puts her palm in mine. We run from the thugs. Hey, baby. Grandma smiles, and I feel great for acting my part. Now, we're out of danger, and she hugs me. And this is what she says.
How'd you know my name was Julie? We are so connected.
I don't think so.
But you knew my name.
I'm high. It was a guess.
But are you going my way?
I'm waiting for a friend.
Your girlfriend?
Boy. And that was the end of that.
After he leaves, I get on the eastbound, and I gotta sit down. But there's no room. And this guy sleeping, taking up 5.5 seats. He doesn't smell too good. And he's got this garbage bag on for a coat. And he has a hat that says, Polo, Ralph Lauren. And this wine bottle keeps following my feet till the skinhead stands up and I sit down beside this nun who's knitting. Here, I can chill. But the train gets stuck between Lansdowne and Dufferin, and though the nun's knitting and looks innocent, she starts pressing her thigh into mine. And I don't know if I'm feeling things because I'm high or she's been stuck too long in the content, but it's turning me off because it's turning me on, because I'm feeling guilty because when I was 12, I closed my eyes to escape the press, and I am falling out of the sky, the palest brew like my grandma's loving eyes. I feel this parachute open, but I can't see it. I'm floating free, no strings attached. I come down slowly with my legs crossed, landing in a perfect park. Try to get up, but I can't. So I let my eyes drink in the beauty. The river's so calm and clean, with white sand and little pebbles and nothing swimming. Just me, sitting alone on the carpet smooth grass, like the green at the golf course where Laurie took me at night to neck when we were 16, and killing me softly coming out of the birds. I touch my wrist, I can feel my pulse. Not the pulse of the city. I look past the river, the sun is hanging, like I'm painting in my gallery. I breathe deep and expand, and nothing blocks my air. But this calm needs noise. I mean, I need noise. Because being here in this empty garden is like being in the most beautiful hell. Because she's playing with her wool and her press is turned to a rub, and she's doing it so subtle that only I notice. Oh. Now the train starts moving, and her legs rubbing mine in time with her fucking knitting. So I stand up, and I stare her down. I wait to get off. That's somewhere God will tell me. But there's no nun. Just this woman standing beside me wearing trendy Queen Street clothing, and a button on that says, eat, fuck, kill. Yeah, things are finally starting to make sense.
Life's not so complex. Just follow your dreams. Follow your needs, sorry. And right now I need to eat. So I get off at Ossington and take a bus down to Queen in honor of my Queen Street lesson. As I'm walking, I see a sign that says Theater Center. I've heard of it, I've never been, so why not see if they're casting? The front door's locked, the side's open. I walk in and see a woman at a desk. She's smoking and talking on the phone about the cruelty of government cutbacks. Tears come to her eyes, then she slowly hangs up and pauses like a Pinter play. She looks in my eyes and I too want to cry, but I'm there to work, so I smile. Hi there, I'm Jack. Are there any auditions?
Theater is dying.
But I'm just getting started.
Well, if it makes you feel better, leave your picture and resume here in this untouched pile.
Well, I don't got those, but I can show you my stuff.
We don't do auditions.
Yeah, but
We don't do.
I'll take 2 minutes.
You're wasting my...
The only people, for me, are the mad ones. The ones who are mad to live, mad to talk, mad to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time. The ones who never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but who burn, burn, burn like fabulous yellow Roman candles exploding like spiders across the sky in the middle of the night, and you see the blue center light pop. And everybody goes, ah.
What was that?
Kerouac.
Do you have anything from, play?
Yeah, maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I ought to get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married, I'm not in business, I'm like a boy. Are you content, Hap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have something Canadian contemporary?
No problem. It takes many incidents to build a wall between 2 men, brick by brick. Sometimes you're not aware of the building of the wall. Sometimes you are. They're not always strong enough or willing enough to kick it down. It's very early, as it did with my father and me, very
David French.
It's a good play.
It's from the 70s?
Yeah, that's all I know.
Then come back when you let go of the past.
I connect to this.
It's been done to death.
Not my way.
When I directed,
I don't need direction.
Come on up here, baby.
As I leave, I feel kind of bad about blowing up in her face. So I smoke the joint I earned with the Louis blow job, but it doesn't help. So I wander into the $9.99 for some quick fix comfort. I figure seeing those with real mental illness will put my temporary blues in check. And I asked a woman in the front hall if I could take a look around.
This is not a zoo, young man.
Yeah? Or what are you?
One of a handful of administrators who run this fine facility.
I was just wondering if I could take a break from out there.
Right here.
I'd like to talk to some of the patients.
What for?
I'm doing research for a role.
A movie?
Yeah.
Which one?
There's no title yet.
There's it set.
Mental place.
Which one?
I'm not the writer.
to fulfill your motivations, you must understand where exactly you are and what precisely you want.
Well, thank you, Uda Hog.
You have no respect for acting?
Okay, well, she didn't say that, but she did say
You'll be honored to know I've taught the boards at National Theatre.
Yeah? Well, I'm honored, but if I needed lessons...
Who are you playing?
The lead.
Name?
Jack.
And yours?
Jacob William II.
And you have an agent? Jacob William II? All good actors have agents who help them.
Yeah, and all good boys go to heaven.
How did you get the part without an agent?
Well, I know the King of Kensington, and he told me to audition, and I blew the director away.
Which director?
Someone really famous.
Oh?
Top secret.
Egoyan?
Yeah.
The Egoyan?
Well, how many Egoyans do you know?
Well, you tell Adam that if he needs an extra, as soon as I'm free, I'll be there.
Okay, well, when's that?
When my mommy comes to get me.
I'll tell him.
I like these, all these different interpretations, right?
As I leave, this guy grabs my arm and asks if he can have a butt. I give him one and he signals to come. I follow him down this long hall and into this big room. There's no smoking signs all around, and plenty of people smoking. They're all looking off in the distance and drinking out of paper cups. I figure I'll join them and smoke a butt. Then the munchies really hit. I look around and see two machines, one's for coffee and one's for sweets. The only problem is the sweets are a loonie and I got 50 cents. But the butt one guy comes back and asks for another smoke. I'm broke, so you can have the rest for a mere 50 cents. Takes the pack, counts the 7 butts left, and slowly digs in his pocket. He pulls out a loonie. I give him my quarters and head for the Wheaton treats. Now there's a wide selection, but I know what I want. So I insert and go for eat more. Because it's a long chew and all it takes is time. So I hit E4 and my mouth starts to drool like a dog. The steel spiral pushes the bar forward. I can taste it on my tongue. My eat more isn't dropping. My eat more stuck. I don't know if it's the angle or the stickiness from the toffee went right through the wrapper and stuck to the metal. But if they can come up with heavy-duty condoms, they can at least make non-stick wrappers. But I'm tough, so I don't panic. Gently shake the machine like I did as a kid when the pinball got stuck and I didn't want to tilt. And I'm doing it in a controlled way, but since it's big and bulky, I'm having a little trouble. And this lady in her 30s who doesn't even work there says, "Don't do that!" I eat more. I read in the Inquirer about a machine like this falling on a person in need of a fix, and the guy died because he tried way too hard to get his stucco Henry. Yeah, well, I don't believe what I read, especially in the National Enquirer. I go back to the machine and back to my mission and try shaking the fucker again. And then this guy in his 50s who's also a patient stands up and yells real loud, "I read the exact same story in the New York Times, so let the eat more go and get on with your life!" I'm not only starving, I got a real strong craving, and I try again and they pull me away. I do not break down and cry. And this lady in her 60s with yellow fingers says, "What's your second favorite?" Mars bar. She pulls out her change purse and one at a time puts in 20 nickels. Breasts is C3. reaches in for the bar, hands it to me and says, use the energy it gives you for good. I give a nod and quietly leave.
Out on Queen Street, it's busy and loud, so I make a right on Walnut. About to open my Mars when I get stopped by two guys. One short, one tall, both early 20s, clean cut, blonde hair, black suits. And each got a name tag that says Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints.
I'm Elder Russell, and this is Elder Turner.
And what's your name?
I'm Jacob William II.
God loves you, Jacob.
Look, I'm in a rush. I'm having a bad day.
Why?
That's a long story.
We have time.
Why are you so happy?
We have God.
And we'd like to share him with you.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't want nothing from a couple out.
We're just Mormons.
Like the Donnie and Marie.
Yeah, they look vaguely familiar.
Sing, Elder Turner. I know that my Redeemer liveth. He's been so inspired since we saw Phantom.
Yeah, I sat them before I got fired.
What do you do, Jacob?
Stage actor.
So you know what it's like to perform for others.
Very smooth.
We're simply forging a common bond.
And we're not salesmen.
Willie Loman had nothing on these guys.
We have a much higher purpose.
We've met many people we've grown to love.
And we'd like you to be one of them.
We believe that the biggest joy in life,
besides God,
is a healthy family unit.
So when you marry,
which we have no doubt that you will,
keep in mind that Mormons have the lowest divorce rate.
A mere 25%.
And while some people see the Book of Mormon as just a nifty story,
we both had experiences in Spanish, which neither of us speaks.
Because we're led by God, He gave us this gift of tongues.
Whenever we encountered Spanish speakers.
Because we were talking about
Jesus! We suddenly started speaking Spanish!
I'm a fudge-packing faggot.
Not a problem.
The only time you fall into the volcano
is when you're near the edge.
Hey man, I have been so deep, if I touch you, you'll melt.
We can cool you off.
You simply broke the law of chastity, which says you can only have sex with your spouse.
And since you're not married to these men you slept with.
I like getting fucked by men.
If you want to inherit the mansion, you have to be more like him! Father isn't going to turn over the business until you learn to run it!
Russell, why don't you go to that lady at the bus stop while I continue with Jacob?
We're not supposed to separate.
Just go.
So the short guy leaves, and it's just me and the tall guy. And he calmly speaks in Spanish.
Yo pienso que tú eres muy sexy.
What?
He thinks you're very sexy.
God?
The Spanish guy.
Which Spanish guy?
No.
Well, the last thing I need is a closeted Mormon with a bilingual split personality. But he's so cute, I go to kiss him. Till he pulls away. The short guy comes back. And we all stare at the ground. Nice meeting you. Thanks for sharing. Hola.
I run up to Niagara, turn right, then a quick left onto Richmond, then another left, then a right. This car screeches through a stop sign. I dive onto the hood before it hits me. The guy jumps out and points a gun at my face and says, "Get in the fucking car! No, that side. Drive." Where? St. Mike's Hospital. There's a lit joint in the ashtray, and vodka spilling on the dash. He takes off his shades, and I take a quick peek. It's the guy with the knife who took my weed and my cash and my music. You're moving up in weapons. Necessity's the mother of invention. Can I have a tow? Yeah, just watch the fucking road. We're at the red. I take 4 hits, and then take off. As I drive, I reach into my pocket. What are you getting? Just my Mars bar? Just my Mars bar? Eat these. They're healthy. No, really, I eat the fucking prunes. I'd never tried prunes. So I do. And they're good. Would you fucking move it? I'm in a fucking rush. Now, he's drinking the vodka, and I'm popping the prunes, speeding like I did when I delivered pizza. Only I'm not popping prunes, but Benny's, because now I got some cash. See, my buddy Frank had a pony. Not the animal, but the real car. And he's a courier by day, so he lets me rent it at night for $10 plus a tank of gas. And I got 4 pizzas as co-pilots, but they can't read the map. And if I don't deliver in 30 minutes, my boss loses the cash. So I push the pedal to the metal, and burn, baby, burn, tunes blaring, bringing the food to Hungry and getting tipped $1. And we get like 20 orders in 10 minutes. Like all the customers are calling each other saying, order, order, order! Now I'm driving the next batch and thanking the fast food god that I don't work for Swiss Chalet, because they got a lot more area to cover, because they go all the way south to Lakeshore. And if it wasn't there, they'd go straight on to fucking Buffalo. As I pull in, my ex-wife's in labor with my baby, and if you're in a fucking fruitcake boyfriend, don't let me see the kid. They're gonna have another fucking thing coming. Now we're at St. Mike's, and I eat the whole bag of prunes, and he says I should get checked out. I say I'm fine, just a couple of bruises. Thanks for the ride, I'll park. Up for the IRA. The what? I get out, and he screeches off. I wander to Queen and Young, and this street guy looks my way. So we talk for a while. Says his name's
Charlie. I worked as a night janitor at City TV. Then I quit. Because I don't like nights. And I wanted to join the Leafs, work for the Leafs. But the Leafs weren't hiring, so I started scalping. But I was working for another guy. When this guy took me on, he said, "Don't fuck with me and stay in my sight. Or I'll swear on Tim Horton's grave, I'll bust both your legs, eh?" While I loved hockey, this was business. So now I had to play the game. And though I worked hard and sold well, my boss never let me watch. Not even after the second period, when we still had seats, when the game was nearly over. Well, he'd rip the tickets up right in front of me. If he didn't, he thought I'd sell less so I could see the Leafs. After scalping for a season, I walked, because I was stuck out on the street. I never made it into the Gardens, not even an exhibition game. Today I'm still on the street. I'm used to it. And I like people. Yeah. The last time I seen my girl, she was 5'8". I took her to the center island. And we went riding on the rides and swimming in the lake. And at the end of the day, I got her some ice cream. She fell asleep on my shoulder. And the ice cream ended up in my head.
I'm about to quit when this guy drops in a loony. Then this lady does the same. Then this bike courier sees him and drops in a toonie. Then this nun walks up silent and stares. I look back at her eyes and then at her thighs to see if she's the one. I can't tell because they all look the same. So I wait for a cue from her. She pulls a 20 from her purse, puts it in my hand, holds tight, and slowly walks away. This shirt is working! When you need the cash, you take the money and run, so I get up. Plus, I want to tip Charlie. But I need it all, so I don't give him any. I take the subway home, and on the way I notice I'm smelling dirty. But now I got some green, so I can buy some soap and wash my t-shirt, too. I'm at the laundry, and it's only me and a few spinning machines, till 1 minute later 2 women walk in. They put their stuff in 3 dryers. A short time goes by, and out of the corner of my eye, I spy one woman holding the other. Now we're all standing still and silent, waiting for our machines to stop. Only the 2 of them are staring into one dryer like it was a campfire on a clear summer night. They turn to each other and kiss. You 2 look good together. Yeah, can you believe it? I'm a vegetarian and she's a meat cutter. I guess opposites attract. You got that, Jack. I take home my load and put on my t-shirt. And then some aqua velva.
I grab some cash from my panhandling pile and go out to find a friend. And since I want the opposite, I go where I've never been, the Ontario Gallery of Art. I hit the counter to buy my ticket, and the guy who's selling's like, GQ, perfect. Well, maybe not perfect, his nose looks fixed, but it's fixed perfect. One, please.
I like your shirt.
Thanks.
Are you alone?
Yeah. He's tall and toned and kind of refined, like he always showers and shaves. His hair's gelled and combed, and he smells like French cologne. Our eyes connect. Instead of giving me a ticket, he's breathing into my gut. My heart's pounding, yelling to my brain, now or fucking never! I'm about to explode, then he whispers, what?
I'm off in 5 minutes.
I breathe deep because I can see the future and I don't want to blow it. I'll wait outside. As I'm waiting, I try to stay calm, so I pick and stick to a plan. Cheap supper, long walk, get to know each other. Cheap supper, long walk, get to know each other. Cheap supper, long walk, get to know each other. Cheap supper...
I know this trendy spot around the corner.
Jack.
Walter.
The spot is a pub. They specialize in fries and wings and, of course, beer. No beer for me, just ginger ale.
Relax, it's on me.
He orders a pitch of blue.
Wings?
Sure. He orders a pound like that. The beer comes and we drink real fast, then he smoothly breaks the ice.
I have an MA in art history from U of T, and now I work at the AGO. And you?
Film actor.
Oh. Have you been in anything lately?
No, but I will be starring in a brand new film by the Adam Agoyan.
I love Agoyan.
Yeah, well, before I moved to the city, I played hockey on the pond.
How manly.
We drink 3 pitchers and eat 2 pounds. Says he was drawn to me right away. I say, yeah, me too. Then he stares in my eyes and starts and keeps on smiling.
You're a beautiful man with a beautiful soul. Would you like to come to my place for tea?
How far?
Around the corner.
We walk fast with the wind at our back. As he opens the door, he offers the joint, and after 3 pitchers, I say, why not? He puts on the kettle along with loud opera, rolls the joint, and we start to smoke. Now, it's damp and cold outside, but all his windows are wide open. He says it's refreshing, but I'm high and freezing. Would you please just close one? But he won't, because he gets claustrophobic.
The tea will warm you up.
He goes to the kitchen, and the kettle stops singing. But instead of tea, he brings back 2 shots. He shoots his, then without warning, slobbers a kiss on my lips. I chase it with a rum. Now the joint was strong and I'm feeling faint. He runs his fingers through my hair. I say I feel sick. He lifts my shirt, responding with his hands. I turn away, push his palms from my chest, and stumble toward the can. The walls are turning, my face is burning. I wish I could hug my ma, because she could calm me and help me to breathe like at the pond when I thought I'd drown. I kneel with my head in the bowl for what seems like 10 hours. The opera's screaming, my mind's going deaf. I pray I could walk away. I feel the puke come and I heave. The sweat beads on my face.
You all right?
I just need some space.
Put this around your neck.
He throws me a towel soaked in cold water and I feel like I'm going into shock. I take it off and I sit in the dark. No one can touch me here. I'm safe here. I stand slow, then sit in the can because I feel like diarrhea.
You okay?
I need some time.
Can I come in?
No! I do the dump, then sit for a bit, then ask for an extra toothbrush. He puts his under hot water. I brush my teeth and ask for a sweater. He gives me one and I put it on, then ask him to turn down the opera. He does so and he's finally listening. Maybe we're meant to be. I go into his bedroom and look on the walls. Paintings of nude men. I fall on the bed and pull the covers overhead. What I really need is sleep, so I doze off.
He thrusts, and he thrusts, and I let him, and I pass out, and wake up later. There's a cup on the table beside me. I taste it. Cold tea. I don't smile, I don't cry, I don't go back to sleep. I hold still and wait for the sun. And when it comes, I dress real quiet. And he's sleeping with a smile on his face. I see a tenant change in his dresser. I walk alone back into the world and wander from street to street. I don't feel high or hungover, just burnt from skidding too long. I need someone to say something, but they're all walking too fast. I see an axe by the side of the road. It's old and rusty and dull. And as I pick it up, I start to sweat. And then walk to visit Walter. But this Porsche pulls up beside me with a blue maple leaf on the hood. And out steps Charlie, dressed as a nun. Says, "Get in, I want to take you to McDonald's, eh?" I hide the axe in a bush, knowing I'll get to it later. Now we're in the car and Charlie's driving slow and waving to all the people. They're all looking back stunned at the beggar nun in the Porsche. I ask Charlie for money. He gives me cap, white with a pink cross. I pull it from his hands, pull my cap gun and make him take me to the bank. But we're at a red and I see the nun I think I saw on the subway. Only now she's dressed as a priest. And beside her are the two laundry lesbians holding hands in a box of cheer. And they invite us to their wedding and they're dressed in pure white. And then disappear. Now we're at the bank and Charlie waits in the car while I go in for the heist. I pull my cap gun, but Mona's the teller and she's handing out parrots for free. I take one and say my name, but he just sits there saying nothing. But he's cute, so I go to kiss him till he bites my lip and it starts to bleed. I shake him off and go to leave, but there's robbers robbing the bank. It's the Mormons. Naked. With guns. I wave, but they're staring cold. I go down on my knees hoping to stop him, and the tall one starts to get hard. But the short one takes aim at my mouth. I point my cap gun between his tits. He shoots and hits a parrot, and Mona drops and dies. And the Mormons start shaking, and in walks Charlie, and they run and hug him hard. And then Julie starts screaming and sobbing and says Mona was going to make her a teller. I look at her eyes until she closes them and faints. I kiss one and the other. I go to leave the bank and this car pulls up and he rolls his window down. It's the guy I took to St. Mike's and he asks where I want to go. But he's dressed as a chauffeur and there's no joint or vodka spilling. And the car is Frank's pony, but it's clean and there's no pizzas. I ask him to take me to the docks. He nods and we're on our way. When we get there, I offer to tip him, but he refuses and kisses my ring. It's a gold one with just a J, and except for the ring, I'm dressed the same. Now I'm all alone on the ferry, taking in the burning city.
The banks, the tower, the dome, all blown in flames.
And as they fall, I see High Park, where I first went when I came to town.
I beam like a star on Star Trek. I'm hanging by a branch in a tree.
Couples walking.
Families walking.
Men standing alone. I smell sweetness float down from above. My ma in her flowered apron, making strawberry whip and chill. My pa in his striped pajamas.
He leans down to pull me up. His eyes dig into mine. I dig back, then let go.
But I don't hit the ground. I'm sucked up by the wind, flying through the warm air. I drift down slow at the green at the golf course, but now I'm here all alone.
It's dawn, but the sky's turning black.
And the green grass turns to dry straw, thick and growing fast.
And now the straw's trees, and they burst into flames, and they're burning all around. And this fireman grabs the back of my neck.
So I run and I run, but there's no way out.
And it's pouring rain and the trees start to melt. They're back to straw, so I run again.
But now they're mud, and I'm stuck in the shit and sinking quick.
An arm reaches down, and I fight the shit, and it's reaching down, and I'm reaching up, and I reach, and I reach, and I grab it.
And I looked up.
The face is blood.
And dirt.
Slashed and burnt, beyond knowing who.
But the eyes
and tears are mine. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank, let's have a big round of applause for all the actors who came out tonight.
MJ, Barry, Robin, Uniful, Gutman, and Tate, Patrick, Sue, Adam, Clinton, Frank Zotter, Leslie, Armin, Stephen, Guy McGrath, and Mike. My name is Jason Wadlinger. I helped put this thing together. You don't know what excitement is until you get 18 phone calls from David Rubinoff from New York City at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's been a wonderful night. Thank you very much. Books are on for sale. Stay on and party. Oh, and lots of food. Kosher pickles.